because I want to get your take. There's been a lot of news about wrestling legend Mick Foley says, I'm going to part with WWE over Trump ties. And he's citing comments that President Trump made about Rob Reiner as the final straw. I know Foley's a longtime friend of yours. What is your take or your reaction to this and where he falls?
Well, certainly it's no surprise. I know where Mick is at politically, and we've had our discussions about politics, but we've always been able to keep them civil. And I wish that could happen more on the public platforms altogether. You know, one thing is we live in a country where we are free to disagree about things. And I think Mick is wrong, but nevertheless, he's entitled to his opinion. I will defend his right to say that, even if I do think he's wrong. And that's the beauty of America. I wish that would kind of be all over the place as opposed to just in wrestling, though.
Welcome to the Serengeti!
We're fucking great, Triple H!
It's gonna leave a mark. Oh yeah, man.
To proceed with caution.
It's basic mathematics, man.
Shut up, bitch! Give me a fucking mic!
Hey, yo!
Let's get into it. We're talking about Mick Foley severing his ties with the WWE once and for all. Alright, now if you don't know the context of why he made that decision, I'm gonna break it down for you Barney style. Alright, basically, the actor, director, Rob Reiner and his wife were murdered like a couple weeks ago. Trumpito took it upon himself to make an official statement on some website or some platform, I never heard of it, Truth Social. He said, a very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession with President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, okay, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. And then he proceeds to double down on it as well.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country, yeah.
All right. Now, I get why Mick was pissed off, all right? I get it. You know what I mean? It's insensitive. It's like a way to make the shit, like, how do you find a way to make shit about yourself? You know what I mean? Like, I get Rob was critical of Trump. You know, a lot of people are, but it's like, come on, man. It's like, there's a time and a place. Like, I completely understand why people are pissed off at Trumpito. I get that. Like, I ain't here to defend the man. Like, think Trump gives a fuck about me? Come on, man. Stop it. Alright, but the criticism, the controversy stems with Mick Foley as like, oh, so this is what made you, you know, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. This was it, huh? You know, Trump's comments on Rob Reiner, not Vince and his allegations and the lawsuit and him defecating on a chick's head and sex trafficking, none of that. You're completely, perfectly fine getting those legends checks while that shit was on, well, still pending. But apparently, Mick was fine with that. Mick did not care. Maybe he turned a blind eye. Like, he can't pretend like he didn't know about it. Everybody, the whole fucking world knew about the whole Vince McMahon scandal. One of the several scandals that has happened throughout this company's history. Like the Ring Boy scandal, I think there's a new lawsuit in regards to that that's ongoing, if I'm not mistaken. But that wasn't enough for you. No. The complete disregard for the veteran wrestlers that paved the way for the current generation of wrestlers today, that was enough for you. The way they treated Ashley Rosario, swept out on the rug. that was enough for you. Like, just Owen Hart. Like, if I was Mick and I seen the way they treated Owen Hart, man died in the middle of the fucking ring, and they continued to show like nothing ever happened, I would have left fucking that night. I would have fucking left. I'm like, if that's how they're gonna treat Owen Hart, that's the same way they would treat me. You know what I mean? What's the difference? Like, that's absolutely fucking vile, heinous, diabolical. But that wasn't enough for you. No. Trump's comments on Rob Reiner, that's what did it for you. It's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I can't help but laugh at it. It's like, what a fucking joke. Are you kidding me? Like, of all the serious fucked up shit that has happened in the WWE, that's what did it for you? That's what did it for you to walk away and stop taking those checks? Okay. Another reason I want to do this video, because I want to ask you guys, because I've seen this online discussion that has been going on here recently. Has Mick Foley caused more harm than good for wrestling? And in my humble, non-connoisseur opinion, I do believe he has caused more harm than good. He's never getting the pass for the way he treated Daphne. Where you're gonna be like, oh, let's convince her to do this ridiculous fucking spot when she's like 110 pounds. We'll fucking brutalize her fucking body to this fucking barbed wire to where she's fucked up for the rest of her life. It was never the same since. You know, right? She doesn't have the same blubber, the same padding that you do, Mick, but yet she didn't want to do it and you convinced her to do it anyway. And then lie about it. So he never getting a fucking pass for that shit. He put over Triple H. He cemented his spot in that main event status because who was the first person Triple H beat to become a world champion? Mankind. And we see the ramifications of his actions as Triple H goes on to become one of the worst things that has ever happened to the WWE and pro wrestling as a whole. Honestly. Alright? Undo left a comment. This was a while back when I was talking about how garbage of a booker he was. He was like, Triple H has found a way to alienate 2 generations of wrestling fans. Oh my God. This is so true. Like, leave it to this fucking dude, this big nose schmuck. And of course, there's the obvious of him being the influence of generations of wrestlers that are going out there and taking these ridiculous, dumbass, nonsensical bumps that are fucking up their bodies. Which I do disagree with people saying that that's the only way Mick could have got over, which is not true. I mean, like, you look at Mick, like, he was a great promo, I'd say. Like, underrated even. You know what I mean? Like, he got over because of his charisma. But you can't make the argument that he had to go to such lengths, take those ridiculous ass bumps to try to separate himself from the crowd. Because, I mean, you look at his physique, like that sloppy, jalopy ass body of his. He wasn't a technical guru like a Dean Malenko. He wasn't a high flyer like Rey Mysterio. So he had to find a way to differentiate himself from the rest of the roster, which at that time was fucking stacked. Alright, so you can't make that argument. Alright, and because of that, he inspired people like fucking Darby Allin to be a fucking crash test dummy, taking these dumbass spots and then getting drowned in a fucking fishbowl or just fucking falling off a ladder into a fucking plate of glass outside the ring. You know what I mean? Just doing stupid shit like that. But I am glad that more people are waking up to see how much of a clown, how goofy Mick Foley is. He's been a goofy, alright? Like, I was done with this dude again since the whole Daphne situation, because it's like, you think to yourself, it's like, well, what if she never took that bump? Maybe she would still be here. You know what I mean? Like, she was never the same after that bump, and now, rest in peace, Daphne. So yeah, on this channel, I'm good off of Mick Foley. Right, like, yeah, I'm good. Alright, but y'all let me know you guys' thoughts on the situation. Do you even care? Do you think it's ridiculous? Or do you stand with Mick Foley? Do you think he's in the right? Do you think, good. Like, I'm glad someone's taking a stand against Trump and the WWE MAGA or MAGA WWE. You know what I mean? You let me know in the comment section, alright? If you even care. But I wish enough of you guys it's time for right now. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect your yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. I think next I kind of want to do a video on JR, the whole JR Devon situation. I might do that over the weekend. I think next video for the awards will be best tag teams here in 2025. Right, that'll be next. So yeah, until then, adios.
Take care, Mick. Good luck. And have a nice day.